Kanchanaburi War Cemetery. 6,982 graves over here of people who worked on that railway. 1946, all the graves of most of the people who died while constructing that railway, they were moved to this official war cemetery. British, Dutch, New Zealand, all very young people in their 20s, 30s, 24, 27. In 1943, Japanese invaded Burma and seized their control, and they wanted to supply the weapon and everything from Thailand, which they also occupied. Thailand and Burma. They hired hundreds of thousands civilian laborers and 60,000 prisoners of war. 415 kilometers long between Bangkok and Burma, Yangon. Built between 1940 and 1943 by civilian laborers and prisoners of war. And this is the famous bridge. Initially 100 people worked on this bridge over River Kwai. It was wooden initially, but later demolished and they built concrete one. Take care when walking on the bridge. So total was around 600 bridges along this 415 kilometers rail track. One bridge every more than 1 kilometer. Wow, is it a sin to enjoy the train passing by? And this is River Kwai. So crowded, huh? There's a train passing by once in a while. There's a schedule at the entrance. Admission is free to this bridge, but train costs some amount. The reason for this railroad is to avoid going 2,000 kilometers around Malaya Peninsula to go to Yangon. It's very dangerous because of Allied submarines, so they decided to bring this network to avoid going by sea. So 111 kilometers of the railway were in Burma and the remaining 304 in Thailand. And workers, they started at both sides, from Thailand and from Burma, and they met somewhere around Hellfire Pass, somewhere at the border area. They met there. And this day, when they finished the construction, was a public holiday. They celebrated a big way, Japanese. Observation day. And few thousand of Japanese also worked here as a security guards, as some management, and around 1,000 of them died as well, because conditions were very tough for everyone. Not as tough as for prisoners of war, but still I walk almost the entire bridge and there are less people, so I can enjoy some space here to talk at least. Here you go, River Kwai Bridge. Yeah, can touch piece of the history. So supplies as well, like rails and some other supplies, Japanese shipped from Malaysia. Most of supplies, especially these tracks. I crossed the bridge over River Kwai. Let's get back. Still have a long way to Hellfire Pass. So the construction of this railway is counted as a war crime committed by Japan in Asia, and because more than 90,000 civilians died and more than 12,000 Allied prisoners of war while constructing this. There's some cafes around, a good place to have lunch. Myanmar is just behind this mountain range. 26 kilometers to Myanmar border. I just measured. Straight line, 26 kilometers. Yeah, I can hear the sound of cutting.
Like we are walking.
So this is the names of people who died during the construction of the entire railway. Oh, so he returned 70 years after to the same place he used to work in 40s to Hellfire Pass. Okay, that's where Hellfire Pass starts. The most challenging and difficult along this railroad, because we need to cut through the rock, plant the dynamite explosives, and then carry the rocks away. So this is the Tennessee Rim Hills, and the tracks going through them, through the mountain. And this area is very remote from everything. This place after war was forgotten until 1980s, where it was found, and Australian government contributed to make a memorial over here. See all these rocks? They plant dynamite over here, explode it, and then take out the rocks. 3 cubic meters a day per person. So there were millions of cubic meters along the way to be carried out. That's where it goes through. Imagine these rocks. All this was removed. These cuts. People worked right here. As you can see, there is a lot of bamboo growing along the way. So this was the main source for people who work here to transport water, to build temporary bridges, to support walls, to do other things with bamboo. Perhaps it saved a lot of lives as well. So the construction of this portion started in November 1942, and Japanese even imported prisoners of war from Singapore, from Changi prison. And 69 men were beaten to death by Japanese guards over here in just 12 weeks. And many more died from different diseases like cholera, dysentery, starvation, exhaustion. It was a tough one. This hike, the Hellfire Pass, takes around 3 hours to complete. I will walk for 1 hour. So this is the second portion after the main cut. Right here it was a truss bridge supported by this rock, but it collapsed. So I can't imagine how they managed to build the bridge over here. Can you picture this? Steepy hill and a bridge. That's the rocks they've been working with. So in average they've been losing between 9 and 14 kg of weight in these weeks. I can't believe how they survive here with malaria bites, the constant diarrhea and other diseases. This railway was operational between October 1943 and June 1945, with some interruptions caused by bombings. And some of the portions they still operational, but now government a couple decades ago government wanted to restore this path, but it's impossible because one of the portion in Thailand is flooded by some dam. So it's not possible now. It's only a memorial now. And that's how apparently they transferred the rocks with this wagon. And this is the Burma Railway, and the construction of this railway is counted as a war crime in Asia by Japan. So around 90,000 civilians and more than 12,000 Allied prisoners of war died here. Come to Thailand and explore Death Railway, Burma Railway by